Janhvi, for you?
It's as simple as, and it's actually not that simple at all. It comes down to, like he said, the story. And if the story moves me and feels like it can offer a new experience to audiences, and if I would be invested in watching it if I was an audience member. But more than any of these things, I think it's the intention of the makers, which I've come to realize through my experience is very important. If the intention of the makers is to put together a project for commercial viability, because I think a lot of people are caught up in making projects these days. But
Setting up projects, you mean?
yeah, but I think, and I find it very sad that so many films are now made on Excel sheets. कि इसका इतना value है, इसमें इतना budget मिलेगा, this will sell for this much, this is like a viable business project. But making cinema is art, and I think that if the director is approaching it with the intent to tell a story, to move people, to do something new, and if they're consumed by the passion of the story, I think that excites me more than anything, because that's the kind of environment I've grown up in, that's the kind of mindset I want to maintain when it comes to my work.
So you don't let any of the external factors affect your choice of film?
No, I mean, so many, the last 3 films that I've done, the last, Gunjan, Good Luck, Jerry and Mili, almost everyone in my professional circle tried persuading me not to do. But I did it anyway because I felt like...
So glad you did it.
I mean, yeah, so far I've been glad. I hope with Mili also. I mean, already I'm glad, but I hope other people are also glad. I think, yeah, like he said, I try following my instincts on these things because I feel like it's been the most reliable.
Yeah.
I take my father's advice very seriously because he's been around
For the longest
and seen more than I think anyone has. So I do seek his approval, but at the end of the day, if he disagrees with me about something I feel very strongly about too much, I still stick to what I want to do. Like off late, we've had a couple disagreements, but I'm for the first time, I'm going ahead with what I want to do. And I hope it turns out.
We shall make sure that your choice is right.
Fingers crossed. So yeah, so let's see how that turns out. So his approval and his guidance I always seek, and Karan is another person who I look to for guidance a lot as well. But really, you are the one that needs to show up on set every day for an average, for a minimum of 40 days. And you need to spend time with those people, playing that character, telling that story. So unless you feel deeply for it, I don't see how you can do justice to it.
You have to absolutely fall in love with the whole thing.
Yeah, otherwise you can't.
40 days is way too much for a compromise.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can't do it being dissociated from
because it's an emotional investment. You can't treat it like a 9 to 5 job.